gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of Team of the Week predictions. Week 30, I think we are now. Going to kick things off, as we do, with the sub-goalkeeper, and I've gone with Andrea Consigli for saving a penalty and keeping a clean sheet and being crowned man of the match in a 4-0 win. I must point out that cup games don't count here, and there were a lot of midweek fixtures, not too many in the way of Premier League games on, so that's why there aren't too many Premier League players, and none of the FA Cup games are included. Arfield for Rangers up next, getting himself a hat-trick in a 3-0 win. I think he got a goal in a midweek game as well, so he's but guaranteed. Up next is a player that I'm going to struggle to say the name of. Kamil Jozwiak. Not quite sure how that's pronounced. 2 goals in a 3-2 win for a left mid. This is a kind of a, I don't know, curveball, if you will. There are a lot of players who have missed out who have done better than this, but I've gone with it just for a bit of variety in the leagues. Up next is Diego Rossi with a hat-trick in a 4-0 win for LA, and of course in the MLS. There are plenty of MLS players who do well week in, week out, but EA tend to ignore them for one reason or another. We have Mbaye Diagne with a hat-trick in a 3-0 win for Galatasaray. I don't believe they're having the best of seasons, but I've never seen this guy before actually as well, especially in Team of the Week predictions. So hopefully we get a new fresh card on the go. BELFODIL for Hoffenheim up next. I very nearly put money on Hoffenheim, and I didn't, and they ended up winning 4-0. He got a hat-trick in that 4-0 win, so well done to BELFODIL. No, well done to BELFODIL. Alexander Isak is it up next. 2 weeks running this week, 2 goals, 2 assists, and a man of the match award and a 4-3 win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he got 2 goals, 1 assist last week. Fingers crossed this will be enough, because by now he could easily have had his 2nd or 3rd inform if EA paid attention to the smaller leagues. Right, we've got 2 Saudi Arabia players up next. I'm going to mispronounce both of them. Ready? Makwawi. I genuinely don't know, and I apologise to anyone listening who I've offended. 1 goal and 1 assist in a 2-0 win for him. And up next, someone with some real pace, Al Mawalad with a hat-trick of assists and 1 goal in a 4-1 win. But look at the state of his pace. That is going to be a card people want to get hold of strictly for that reason. This next card looks, well, for lack of a better word, sexy as hell for an 84 rated. Not the easiest play to fit into teams, of course, but 88 pace, 86 dribbling. I want some of that. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. Just know that he's Ukrainian. And he managed 2 goals and 1 assist in a 3-2 win. We often get a quote-unquote token player from these kind of leagues every now and again. He has a it's not a UCL, a UEL card. I'm not sure whether this would equal that or go above it. I'm hoping above. We have a real abundance of strikers and wingers this week, and there's literally nothing I can do about it. I've tried to find as many midfielders and defenders as possible, but there just aren't too many to speak of. Up next, we have Jean-Philippe Mateta with a hat-trick in a 5-0 win. And then next, we have yet another appearance for HAMDALLAH. Can you believe this? I think he appeared in week 27. We now are in week 30, so he is now eligible once more, and he's got himself a hat-trick in a 5-0 win. So I think last time he appeared, week 27, he scored 4 goals. There, of course, have been 2 Team of the Weeks in between this upcoming one, so he is now eligible again. Hopefully EA will put him in, although there are a few players going to miss out that are sort of 2 goals, 1 assist, a hat-trick and that kind of thing, so you never know. That was quite short and sweet for the subs and reserves. Into the starting 11 we go. A couple of big names, but nothing too crazy this week. So, Ter Stegen first. Barcelona have to have a representative in there. They beat Atletico Madrid 2-0. So I've gone with the goalkeeper because Messi is one of the goal scorers, but he's only got 1 goal. So I can't really see them putting him in there just for 1 goal. He is definitely a hat-trick kind of player. So Ter Stegen, without a special card, if you exclude the UCL card this season, with a clean sheet in that 2-0 win. Up next we have Phil Jagielka with 1 goal and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win over Arsenal. Not a game that many people expected Everton to come out with a win. Arsenal doing Arsenal type things and bottling the opportunity to keep ahead of Spurs, but it is what it is. So Phil Jagielka should in theory come out with an inform from that game. Controversial choice up next. I know I'm taking my life in my own hands with this one. However, I can't argue with the fact that he's got himself a goal and he was crowned man of the match in a 2-0 win for Juve. Now, there have been 2 games for Juve this week, and there is one particular player, the reason why Bonucci isn't exactly liked at the moment, has actually scored in both games, and I would love to see that guy get himself an inform. I'll mention it when we get to the possibles. You probably know who he is already. However, Bonucci is up for an inform. Don't shoot the messenger. I wouldn't personally give it to him, but he is up for one. Up next, we have William of Wolfsburg. This would be a position change from a left back to a right back. Doesn't look like a great card, but it's a stepping stone to something else. He got himself a man of the match award and a 3-1 win. Yes, I'm literally clutching at straws at this point because there are hardly any defenders knocking about. Up next, we have Kolarov, and would you believe it, our final defender. I know. Kolarov got himself a clean sheet and a man of the match award and a 1-0 win for Roma. And again, like I said, I am scraping the barrel for defenders. Those 4 defenders that I've just mentioned, by the way, are the only 4 defenders in the entire team of the week. And there aren't that many central midfield players or indeed attacking midfield players to speak of, one of which is Gagliardini of Inter. Used to love this guy. He got a massive upgrade. I think it was last year. I think it was FIFA 17. Got a huge upgrade from a bronze card to a gold card. And the gold card was pretty damn good considering it was only like 75 rated. He's got 2 goals and a man of the match award and a 4-0 win. I believe it was against Atalanta. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, there is an Atalanta player in this week's team of the week, and he's up in 2 or 3 players' time, so stay tuned for that. I always struggle to pronounce this. Is it Wendel or Vendel? I don't know. I'm going to call him Wendel, and we'll see where we go. Bruno Fernandes has got a goal and an assist in that win for Sporting today, but he has a man of the match card currently, so I think they may go for Wendel because there are too many strikers knocking about as well. This looks like such a well-rounded card, though. If he could get himself another inform on top of this, we'd have something really, really nice. He probably won't, though, but still, it'll be interesting to check out should he get it. For those who weren't listening at the beginning, no, this is not for the FA Cup performance that they just managed to pull off against Wolves. It's for a league game midweek where they won 4 goals to 1. 1 goal and 1 assist for Will Hughes. Will it be enough? I'm not sure. But to be fair, there are, like I keep saying it, but there are severe lack of midfield players this week. There are a couple in the possibles which may find their way into the starting 11, and given the fact that we'll probably get a man of the match card for Watford, they may choose to swap Will Hughes with one of those. But stay tuned for the possibles and I'll run you through them. Up next is Ilicic for what could be his 3rd, maybe even 4th inform. 2 goals and 1 assist in a 4-1 win for Atalanta, separate of course to the Inter result. This was a completely different game, but it looks like a pretty decent card. It may be a striker card rather than a centre forward, but it's all roughly the same. Karim Benzema isn't exactly stepping into Ronaldo's shoes, but he's doing a fair old job of scoring goals for Real Madrid when they count. He got the 2 goals in a 2-1 win for Madrid this weekend. He was also crowned man of the match, of course. This would be an 88 rated card. I'm not quite sure if that matches a UCL or not. I can't quite remember how that goes for Benzema, but he's probably going to get a team of the season, I would say. I mean, he deserves it. He's been doing quite well. As this guy. Now, it was a crunch game in Germany this weekend. Bayern Munich against Dortmund. Essentially, the winner staking claim to the league. All they had to do then was sort of fly straight and it was theirs. Bayern come out on top, but not only did they come out on top, sorry Dortmund fans, they absolutely ran away with it. 5 goals to 0. I think it was 4-0 at half-time. Robert Lewandowski bagging 2 of those. He was also crowned man of the match. A 94 rated card for him, all but guaranteeing a 98 rated team of the season card when the time comes. But that will do it for this week's starting 11. There are quite a few possibles, a few controversial ones of course. Let's get into them. I apologise Norwich fans and Finnish people, but I'm going to mispronounce this. Pukki. Now, this guy has had a massive injustice done to him this season as far as FIFA's concerned, because I believe he's the top goal scorer in the championship and he doesn't have a special card yet. That can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. So the reason it can be a good thing is because he could potentially get a most consistent team of the season if EA decide to continue that tradition. Otherwise, he's just going to be without a special card and he scored more goals than anyone else in that league. Up next, Alberto. I'm not going to waste time on this. Goalkeepers are just whatever EA want to do with them. So, I mean, he could be in there, he could not at the end of the day. He kept a clean sheet, though. I believe he saved a penalty as well. Loftus-Cheek. This could be the player to replace Will Hughes. Loftus-Cheek managed to get himself 1 goal and 1 assist in a 3-0 win for Chelsea. But, again, he has a Europa League card. So I'm not quite sure whether it would equal that or go one above like a standard inform. I really couldn't tell you. Wesley up next. This was a big game in Belgium. I believe Club Brugge played Anderlecht and they beat them. I do have the result here. 3-2. Wesley got 1 goal and 1 assist in that victory. I'd love to put this card in because it looks really good. 90 physical, great finishing, decent pace, really. I mean, you don't need that much pace in this game this year. So it would be a great card, but I just can't find room for it, unfortunately. And the big talking point, this guy, Moise Kean, however you want to pronounce his name. This guy is on fire right now. I believe he has scored in the last 5 games that he's played in. He's only started like 2 or 3 this season, but he is a goal machine. Off the bench again to score another goal, and he scored one midweek in the same game Bonucci got the goal. Of course, there's a big controversy with Bonucci and Kean, and obviously the whole racism situation right now, so we won't get into that though. This guy deserves a special card of some description in this game, whether it be an inform, whether it be a team of the season or what have you. I hope he gets one, because obviously he missed the boat for an upgrade and such, but fingers crossed he gets one soon. There were literally hundreds of games to sift through this week, so if I've missed anyone and missed anyone obvious, I do apologise. However, that will do it for this week's Team of the Week prediction. So feel free to let me know if I have indeed missed anyone in the comments down below. Smack that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course. And until the next time, goodbye.